Chicano identity is entrenched with the concept of la familia, and that there's no room for gays or lesbians. One Sunday, I remember being in church, and it's the first time that I heard the priest even mention homosexuality. And he said that homosexuals were the work of the devil. And I remember sitting there being stunned, the proverbial light bulb going off in my head, where I realized, oh my God, they're talking about me. And they're so wrong. He is so wrong. In 1966, I ended up at Catholic school. I went through a lot of issues there, like being harassed for being gay or queer. But at the same time, it's also where I got a sense of my own worth, self-esteem, and my introduction into social advocacy and activism. It was the Christian Brothers who were, in 1970, were getting involved with La Huelga and the grape and lettuce boycott for Cesar Chavez and the farm workers. And they recruited me if I wanted to be a volunteer. And I said, yes, absolutely. In 1970, I attended the Chicano moratorium. The focus was on the disproportionate number of Latinos who were dying in Vietnam. I recognized that the world and my place in it as a Chicano is definitely a political stance that I needed to continue with and embrace. But at that same time, I knew that I was gay, and that this emphasis within the Chicano power movement on La Familia as a theme excluded LGBTQ. I figured that would be a starting point in my art to explore or examine my identity as a Chicano, but also as a gay man. I recognized right away that it wasn't, for me, it wasn't just enough to, proclaim myself as a gay Chicano, that we had our own issues that we needed to deal with within our culture. And that's what led to my doing the Homeboy Beautiful magazine. One of the strategies for my making art is that I'm going to make it personal and confessional. Warts and all, there were a number of exhibits for Chicano art, Chicanarte, that were followed along the lines of the usual iconography. And here I was showing men lying next to each other, hugging each other. Well, that didn't go over well. Within the gay context, my work wasn't homoerotic enough. And then in the Chicano art world, oh, your work is too queer, too gay. So there was always this, I was always walking this fine line. And I used to get sometimes criticism that, gee, you're so self-absorbed. You're always painting yourself. You're are you conceited or what? And I said, well, no. I said, I think every, artist that's worth anything is putting something of themselves into their work.